everybody, this is Jaydenshaunts, and today we have to unbox and set up is the new for 2025 Spirit Halloween Terrifier Art the Clown. I've already seen tons of flack for this thing online already. I personally love it, but I definitely do have some things that I want to talk about on it. So we're going to go ahead and just open this box. Try not to be too loud because it's like 11 o'clock at night when I'm filming this. And I don't want to wake up my neighbors. So we're going to do this here. Right off the bat, these boxes are definitely thicker because these tabs are kind of difficult to get out of there. There's that. I'm gonna bring the camera in closer here, actually, because he has a pull-out tray now. Actually, I think last year's had it too, if I remember correctly. But nonetheless, he has a pull-out tray, and we're gonna see how difficult this is to get out of here. Doesn't seem... Oh my gosh, okay. Why is this biting me so much? Okay, there we go. We have the foam for his body. Fills him out, nice padding. His costume, which already looks nice. There's gonna be his boot covers, his glasses. The costume looks very nice quality. This has definitely got some weight to it, so I'm excited for. This, if I remember correctly from the original one, was his butt. But I want to say this may be his belly? I don't remember. I watched someone's unboxing of it and I don't remember. But yeah, there's that. Here is the hand. The hand with the axe. The axe could look a little bit better. The head of the axe doesn't look great, as it's just kind of like a matte color. But the actual handle with the wood grain looks amazing, and his hands look incredible as well. But I do want to repaint this and put some perma blood on it, because the blood just looks a little flat. It's definitely a nicer looking blood than what some other companies do, but I want to do my own blood on there just to make it look a little bit nicer, more realistic. But there is that there. I want to try and do his head last, which doesn't look like that's going to be an option because everything else is under his head. But I'm actually going to set his head right there. I really don't want to do that yet. But, right here, same hand as the original one, just with some blood splatter. But yeah, there's that. I don't remember, but it looks pretty similar to the original one. There's that. Here is the torso. Whoa. Okay. I right off the bat see a couple things different with the mech. Okay, there's this part. I don't know what this is. But they changed this mech. So this mech is noticeably way larger than the original one was. And then it's also got a circuit board sticking out here. The original one last year just had a relay sticking out there. So this is an actual circuit board with components right there. So that's interesting. I'm curious to how that is. I kind of want to open it and look at it. But then one thing that I really love that Spirit's been doing is they have these things here with a reusable zip tie, so you can put it on at the end of every season. Do it off camera. But this plastic protects it in the box and storage. You can see there's this big cover here to protect the controls, because as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, sometimes these things in shipping get damaged and those volume dials get broken off. So I love that Spirit is taking this extra incentive to do that now. And I hope every company jumps on that bandwagon, because this is very smart and it's very nice to not worry about them breaking and shipping. So, legs? The original one did not have these. So I assume they're legs. The only thing I can assume they are. The shoes, literally the exact same as the original. This one's actually all messed up. Oh my gosh. The shoes are definitely thinner than the original one was. I've got a big dent over here, and there's that one there. I should be able to pop them out with a heat gun, but if not, just contact Dr. Zombie and get another shoe. I'm not worried about it. There's that. And then inside is arms, poles, an adapter. Now we're going to go ahead and look at his head. I probably shouldn't have dropped that. But I'm going to have him facing you guys. we're gonna do the grand reveal. There he is. I'm not looking at him yet. I'm gonna look at him myself. His mouth is huge. What the heck is going on here? Okay, his mouth is gigantic. The eyes look better than a lot of the other ones I have seen so far, but his mouth needs to be closed more. But regardless, I am getting rid of this face. I'm gonna put a better face on it. Trick or Treat Studios has a really cool plastic injection mask that it's not latex, not something you gotta worry about, and it looks really, really cool. It's a really nicely done sculpt. So I can take, it looks like all of this is just hot glued on. So I can take all of this off after the video. I'll post pictures to Instagram of it done. But I want to take all the costuming off of his head and give him that better mask, because honestly, a lot of people agree with me. I'm not the biggest fan of this sculpt. With his glasses on, he looks fine. It's just, the eyes just look funky. I don't know what it is about him. And then mine in particular, the mouth looks a little weird. But overall, that's everything he has. I'm going to get everything laid out. Make sure I have everything, make sure you have everything, and we'll get to his setup. Here is everything that Santa Art the Clown comes with. You have the main torso assembly that has the torso turning motor, the control box, the shoulder frame, and the head turning motor. The base, a body form, the baggie with all of the costuming and his glasses inside, 2 pieces of leg foam, the waving arm, the hand with the hatchet, body filling, 2 straight leg poles, 2 curved leg poles. Ignore that. The box that will have the adapter and a part of small screws, and this is not included, but you will need a screwdriver to put your screws in. Whatever that piece is, we will find out soon. 2 shoes, the arm, his head, and the instructions. Let's get to a setup. Your first step is going to be snap blocking both of your bent poles into the base, and then you're going to locate both of your straight poles and snap block them here at the top, like so, ensuring you hear a snap like that, maybe. There you go. They took a little bit of give to get in there. That one I'm going to have to pop in a little bit. Then you're going to go ahead and slide your shoes on over the frame. After sliding on both your shoes over your current assembly, go ahead and add on your leg foam. And you're going to locate your pants, and ensuring you have the side with the blood and dirt splatters facing the front, go ahead and slide those on over. And when doing so, ensure that you slide it through the foam that is lined through the inside of the costume so that you can proceed with your setup. Next, go ahead and snap lock on your entire torso electronic assembly. And then you're going to locate this weird part here. And this is just going to slide on over the top of these pins right here. And then to secure it in place, his back part is going to slide on into the top of these pins. Like so. And then you're going to pull on up over his pants. Next, go ahead and throw the body form cloth on over your current assembly. Next, go ahead and slide on over Art's top part of his costume, the Santa suit shirt, and then you're going to slide the arms through the sleeves. After sliding his arms through the sleeves, we're going to go ahead and screw on his hand with the hatchet. After screwing on his hand with the hatchet, go ahead on both sides, locate the inner cloth that is on the inside that has 3 Velcro strips. You're going to attach the top one to the top of the hand, and then the bottom 2 you're going to attach to each other, so that way it's not exposing the metal frame or the white foam through the costume. Now let's take a look at Art the Clown's controls. This is a different control box than what we're typically used to with all the toggle switches. So how this one works is if you don't plug in the sensor, it automatically goes to Trimmy or Step Pad. You can use that if you please. You've also got the adapter, which is the only way you can power him. That is included, 6 volt 2 amp. And then he also has an external speaker port if you do wish to use that. But the animatronics from this company typically do have a fairly nice speaker. He has volume control, and that's pretty much all there is for his control box. I'm going to go ahead and plug in his adapter. And then this would be a great time to go ahead and plug in all of the wires, ensuring you plug in the torso turning motor, the motion sensor, his arm, and his head turning function. So again, I'm going to go ahead and plug in that adapter. I'm going to Velcro him up, adjust his clothing, make him look nice and presentable, and we'll get to the demo. And your final step before plugging him in is putting on his glasses. Now, you can plug him in and watch him go. Here he is, all plugged up and ready to go.
It's a Terrifier Christmas, it's a horror fill your heart. Beauty footsteps, that's not Santa, it's a jolly clown named Hard. He's a mild county legend, with a smile that brings a chill. On a journey to outdo himself and top his latest kill. He'll melt your face with acid, he'll saw you bleeding mad. He'll peel the face right off your bone and shout with a silent laugh. Ring the bells of celebration, he'll get there on your own. Be gracious to him on Halloween, my brownie's favorite boy. It's a Terrifier Christmas.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the new for 2025 Santa Claus Art the Clown from Spear Halloween. I love this prop, but there are definitely some things that I'm going to nitpick on. For one, if I wasn't so into these licensed animatronics, I would not have bought this if I had the original Art the Clown already. The original Art the Clown, it's $60 cheaper? $60, $70 cheaper? And it does the exact same thing that this does. The head turns, the torso turns, and the hand waves. The only thing you don't have is the control box, the costume that you can just buy anywhere, the glasses you can buy anywhere, and if you really, really wanted to, you could very easily make a hand and give him a hatchet. Just whatever you want to do. The costume, I will say, is very, very nice quality. If you have Krampus from Spear Halloween, it's not like Backbent Bonnie quality. This is like Krampus quality. This is very, very nice. This is like that crushed red velvet material. This fluff is so nice. It is so soft. And a big thing I noticed is that the whole frame, seems you can see the fluff kind of flying around. The whole frame seems way sturdier than the other art was. And the head turning module has been upgraded. I'm not sure how easy this is going to be to show you guys. I'm going to take off his glasses. Oh, yeah, you can see his face. We'll touch on his face a little later. But if I can get his head off carefully. Okay, this isn't going to look like much on camera, probably. But this is definitely a larger mechanism. And you can see there's the relay switch over there. It's a circuit board now. And the original art, if you had it, I don't want to break it, but the original art, it was very easy to turn this manually, and it would do a loud click sound when you would do so. This one, they have gotten rid of that weird click gear that was in there, and if you manually turn it, the motor and the entire gear track automatically move, which I noticed. It doesn't hinder the movement at all, because the head is turning perfectly fine, rubbing up against this foam. And yeah, it's still a very small mech, but it gets the job done. This is a much needed upgrade to the original one that came out last season. I know that the recent batch of regular arts that went out somewhere towards the beginning of the year, whenever those went out, those still had that old mechanism. So I would assume the new batch of arts that are going to be in stores this season, or when they restock online, are going to have this new upgraded mechanism, which is going to be very, very nice to see. From what I've seen online, I think it's just with mine in particular, I just probably didn't assemble something properly, but his torso looks really weird turning back and forth. It's almost like his buckle is too long in the front, and I'm going to have to tie it back and hem it a little bit, but that's not a big deal at all. That can be fixed really, really easily. Now we're going to talk about his face. A lot of people agree, and almost everybody agrees that as a Terrifier fan, this face is not exactly the greatest. I don't know what it is. Last year, the issue was the eyes were just a little weird. So when you had his glasses on, he looked awesome. Now, he looks like he ate bees. I'm not sure what's going on with his mouth here, but it is so, weirdly bloated. I'm going to get rid of his face altogether. I have a plastic injection mask from Trick or Treat Studios that I'm going to put on him. Take off all these cosmetics, put on him, maybe put a little black wash on that costume. I'll have a picture up on your screen right now of that mask. But I'm going to take off his beard, his hair, and his hat, put that on that, and put that mask on him, because I think that'll look way, way better. But it's not the absolute worst looking face. We have seen so many worse ones. Oh my gosh, some of the masks for Terrifier are atrocious. This is like a piece of gold compared to some of those masks. Still not the greatest. I would definitely recommend you get rid of this face altogether and run that Trick or Treat Studios mask on him. But it is fine if you are content with it. Again, once you put those glasses on it, hopefully if I could do this with one hand, it's not bad at all. See, like that. It doesn't look bad with the glasses on. I guess it's just the eyes, but to me, it just doesn't look off. I am a huge Terrifier fan, and just knowing exactly what art looks like, this is just not doing it for me. But it's still great if you do want to do it. But this is really nice quality. Again, I am very impressed with the costume. The costume is very, very nice. The audio is loud and clear. That is one thing I have not said about many Spirit animatronics this year. I'm not sure what is happening across the board with all retailers this year and crushing the audio so badly. This guy's audio is crystal clear. It is loud. It sounds amazing. I'm very, very happy about that. But overall, I'm pleased with this guy. Again, there's a couple things I want to nitpick and touch up. I've mentioned the mask, and then we're also going to touch up this hatchet. We're going to repaint this hatchet and permablood it, and I'm excited to do that. But overall, $270 though. I would definitely recommend you use a coupon. I am fortunate enough to be working at Spirit Halloween, so I got this guy for roughly about 180 bucks, which I think is 100% worth it for this guy, and I am very excited to use this guy with my horror Christmas tree this season in my house. If you have the opportunity to pick this guy up, I recommend him. He's great. If you're on the market for him, $270 realistically is not the absolute worst for this thing. It definitely could have been pushing higher pricing, but had the original one not existed, I would definitely purchase this thing. But I do have the original one that I used for Halloween, and now I have a Christmas one to use for Christmas inside my house. Again, with my all-black horror Christmas tree. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of Santa Art the Clown. If you want to buy him, or if you agree or disagree with anything I had to say. I love the guy. It's definitely a 50-50 with a lot of people in this community, if they like him or not. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe.
It's a terrifying Christmas, but a horror fill your heart. Footsteps, that's not Santa. It's a jolly clown named Heart. He's a miles counting legend with a smile that brings on cheer.